Man, oh man. Is it gonna be another fucking day? Another Tuesday? Another tough day to talk about anything or to write anything. Oh, golly. Here we are, once again, trying to figure out what the fuck we're doing for the day. But at the same time, just being a little bit tired, as usual. I don't know, man. I'm tired of it. I really am sick of this, like, shit. I'm creating a fucking pattern is what's happening. Anyway, looking at what we have ahead of us, quite a bit, actually. We have, I didn't say anything. I wasn't supposed to do this. But, like, I don't know, maybe 3-4 days ago, I wrote a couple pages. I think it was 2 pages. I don't know what happened. And we are about to discover what happened in the page. They were... Eris and his weird companion went inside this ruin. They were taking shelter because it appeared to be a storm starting. And as they were in there, well, Eris was called into that place because he could hear music, is what he believed. And as he was called in, the music ceased. Oh, but they're in a ruin. And they're like, okay, you know, we'll get a little campfire going. And they're sitting there at the fucking campfire. And, you know, as it's lighting up, all the stuff around them, the ruins, the pillars, you can see the light playing off the broken, shattered tiles and all this shit, and looking around. And then Eris swears something, he could sense something speaking to him, or calling to him, deeper within this fucking ruin, this temple. I believe it was a temple. Still don't really exactly know what it was used for. And he's debating it, and the guy's like, yeah, you should see what's going on, you know? And then the music starts again. And that music is crucial. Now, I made those fucking songs, I think 2013 or something. I really don't know. I have like, I don't remember, like maybe 10 fucking songs that are that have been recorded at that time, and they're all going to be demo songs. No, they're not, jackass. They're all going to be songs that I eventually will get together and actually do them again, even though I don't remember how to play any of them. And I'm going to put them on like a little album. I just gotta goddamn do it. But yeah, when I was doing that, I had just started playing music. You know, I didn't really know much about it. You know, me and the band, we were doing our thing over here, which sounded vaguely like this. So baby, tell me, did you find yourself? I'm still breathing. And then by myself, I would try to figure out what the hell am I? So I would have my music, which sounded like this. It's kind of crazy to really consistently think about the fact that this second book has been done so stream of consciousness, you know, so little planning, you know. Like, generally there is a bit of it. I don't know how to explain it, because on the outside, like, how does it come across? If I keep saying it that way, they're like, he just sits there and doesn't even use his mind, and he just writes. Like, no, the thinking's been done in the past. You know, the lore elements are all there. The character motivations are just in the back of my mind. I don't really need to sit and think about it too much, because I know they're here. I know what everyone wants. I know how to get people to the places. the story has a plot and it is happening. I'm just not 100% aware of every fucking element that's going to continuously happen and how it gets us through the plots. You have the overall place you want to get to, the thing you want to do, but sometimes it's getting there. You're like, I don't know how to get there though. I don't know what needs to happen along the way for the character. I don't know, man. I really don't know. The journey can be quite tough. And it goes the same with real life, you know? Like sometimes your fucking real life journey can be like that too. You're like, I kind of know what I need to do, but I don't know how to get there. I haven't a goddamn clue. And so it can make it like difficult to just to do this shit. I'm a big fan of the stream of consciousness writing. This is how it's always worked for me. I don't know if that's just how it is to write or if there's other ways to do it. It's just kind of like, this is the only way I know how to do it, and I'm not going to sit and dwell on other ways or look into it and stuff. It's just, you got to kind of work with what you got, I think. And what I got is not knowing what the hell I'm doing ever until I eventually stumble upon truth, accidentally, like in the corner. Like, oh, look, I found it. We'll figure that out with the character, and that's kind of our motivating factor for the day. It's like, what can we do with this character? Nakem, I'm still like, fuck, man, I don't know. Still super confused with him. You know, I can be unconfused, but then I'll get re-confused again. Again, it's just like, okay, like, we got confused with Nakem, what do we do? Like, well, we wrote all this stuff, so I think I know what to do now. And then I sit it down here, and I'm like, I got it, here we go. And then a new thought happens, like, yeah, but what about the clouds? I'm like, oh. Well, now I don't know. This fucking God, dude. All of that just destroyed because of one thought. And that could be debilitating, you know? I have a fucking hard time with this shit, man. Really hard time with that. And I'm just like, doing this every fucking day, man. I continuously ask myself, like, why am I fucking doing this? I don't know. I do not know. The goddamn journey has been long, it's been arduous, it's been quite tough, and I don't have any sort of comfort, if you will, in the fact of this was generally the first time that I ever did anything for myself. That I ever made my own thing and went forward, and I was trepidatious, and I instantly like looked to my friends to help me try to get through this, because, you know, I was, you know, at the same time, I don't know why I invited people in, why I felt the need to like, hey, I need help, instead of just like, yeah, you need help, just do it yourself, figure it out. I don't know why I did that, and I don't know if I should never have done it in the first place, or if it was meant to be. You know, I can't think of that stuff. I don't know. It all happened, and then it happened. So it's been this kind of crazy journey of like this long self-discovery, because it consistently with the music or with the book, it's challenging me to look at myself all the time, to look at every fucking aspect, whether it's positive or negative. It's forcing me to stare at myself in the face. And I've learned quite a bit, you know, like I am not remotely the same fucking person today that I was 2012, 11, 12 years ago, or whatever, how long that was, I don't know. Clear, like, I know we all grow, right? But the way I approach how I think about things, the way that I look at the world, the way that I perceive myself within the world, how much I understand my emotions, much more than I did from then, and how I know how to, if I get in an argument, or which I don't, if I like disagree with somebody about something, or if I have my feelings hurt, I know how to identify it in myself before I sit and try to blame other people for hurting me. You know what I mean? I gain so much knowledge about self in this journey. It's insane, and I never set about to do that. That's the weird part. It's like, I don't think I ever gave myself the opportunity to ask who I am. As a kid and as a young man, I never really thought about it. I was like, what do you mean, who are you? It just never occurred to me. I never did it. And so I just continuously lived my life. I was just like everyone else. I just kept living and living and living and doing. And I like this, and I'm doing this, and I like that, and I like this, and I hate that, and I don't like this. And I'm moving around and just reacting to the world. Just reacting. That's all I was doing. I was living it, and I was reacting to it. And I was kind of taking advantage of it, and it was taking advantage of me. It was like this whole process. And it's only until this book that I'm starting to say, who are you? Because every day you're confronted with trying to understand that, because the whole idea of you making a story, it's all fucking in here. So the story is you. It's the way you think and the way you perceive stuff, and how you think everything works, or whatever the fuck, whatever you don't like, you do like, and just the you stuff. And you have to take all that and put it into this story or this music. And it makes you confronted, because you have to constantly look at it, and you have to ask questions about it, and you have to like say, well, why was that a thing? Why is this what the character's doing? Well, you say, well, what does this character reflect? And you look at parts of yourself, and you're like, oh, he reflects this in me, or they reflect that, or, you know, some shit. It's kind of, it brings you down to earth quite a bit. But for me, it's really made me stay within self. And I don't really necessarily go out to others anymore. Like, I used to be able to read people like books a lot better. I still do pretty, you know, I just don't have the confidence in it anymore. Like, when I can read people, I know what's going on with them, or I know what they're thinking, or I know, you know what I mean? Like, you can kind of see, like, you know what's going on over there. But I'm kind of rusty at it, because I've been so focusing on myself for the past 12 years that I've got really rusty at, you know, intuitively being with other people and stuff like that. But not necessarily in a full negative way, because there's also this sort of, when it comes to sensing another, and it comes to like getting to sense their emotions, or their feelings, or whatever's going on, it's actually a lot easier now. It's just, I don't know how to explain it. It's tough. It's weird. It's something that doesn't require thought. It's a feel thing. It's empathy. So it's opened that up, but I've been so focused on self lately that I've been like kind of walking away from everyone. You know, I don't even know if I've said more than a sentence to most people that I know lately. Just because I don't got time. I'm sitting here doing this. I'm working on the book, and you know, on one aspect, it's the best thing I could be doing. At the other, it might be the worst thing. So it's so complicated. I don't quite know what's what sometimes, you know, or how to continuously do this every fucking day. Because I'll end up setting up like barriers, we could say, or like kind of like like basically things like, okay, we're not going to think about the book here, we're not going to do the set, I'm going to call it barriers, I can't think of it, where I don't really work on the book during my work days. So like from Thursday to Monday, that's my work week, I don't work on the book during those days. And I very rarely think about it anymore. It's not like I'm sitting there, actually it's very rare that I even think about the book at all anymore. It was tough, and now I know how to separate it. And for the longest time I had to learn that the book consumed me. Totally consumed me. I was so focused on making this book that it became my everything. Now, because it became my everything, everything fell to the waysides, you know? And now I'm finally learning how to take the book, set it aside, live my life, and we can come back to it on our 2 days off. But there's still a problem. I'm still like, the book is instilled in me. I don't really care about my job as much, because I just see how pointless it is, and just it's ridiculous, and why take it seriously when you know that it's futile, right? You're never going to be happy doing that. It's always going to be miserable. What's the point of pretending? So it's helped open my eyes to it. And so what I'm trying to do now is say, okay, you know how to set the book down and come back to it. the 2 days a week. You need to learn how to talk to people and go and hang out with them again after work. So it's like this whole thing that I got to figure out how to do, and I don't necessarily, because that's tiring. You got to get out of work because you work 8 hours. Like, okay, now after your 8-hour shift, you get out at 1:30, go hang out with people. Like, I don't fucking want it. I'm tired, you know. But I only get 2 days of writing a week. And this is something I just started back in October. I never did this before, where I gave myself 2 writing days. And I don't want to take it down to 1. It's tough, man. I'm trying to figure this stuff out. And it's just been hell to continuously do this and navigate our way through how to handle it all. Because writing, it's not even necessarily something I fucking enjoy to do. You know, I'm not like, yeah, I fucking love writing. I actually don't really necessarily love it. I just do it because that's part of this. You know? I have accepted long time ago that I don't love anything anymore. It's just that feeling kind of went away. Now it's just habit. I do everything out of habit. I used to enjoy writing music. Now to sit down and do it, it's like, oh God, I gotta fucking do that now. You know, I don't know why. We'll figure it out. Maybe one day we'll find the epiphany and then we'll love it again. Hopefully, that'd be kind of cool. But generally my life has consisted of habits. Of just, okay, we're doing this now. Now I gotta go fucking do that. Now this person wants me to do this fucking thing. And I gotta go over there and do this shit. And nothing... I lost the joy in life quite some time ago. The want is long but disappeared. And I just kind of going on autopilot. Right? Now, I don't like that I feel that way about everything. You know, your own family members or your friends want to hang out, and I'm looking like, oh, I gotta go do that now. I don't want to, but I gotta fucking do it. You know, like everything feels like a job. I have to kind of find how I wrote myself into that corner, and I have to find how to write myself out of it, because it's a very dangerous road to be on when everything feels like a fucking chore. And you don't have joy in anything anymore, and everything just sucks. And so that's the journey that I have to kind of partake in. Well, it just so happens that, that was going to have to coincide with the book I'm writing. My 3rd book is going to have to take part in that so I can do it. The best way that I can write myself out of this book is to write the fucking book. And because I made it from afar. I was enveloped by it, and I became the fucking Forgotten King, and now I'm stuck in it, and I wanted to be free from it again, and the only way I can do that is by completing the books, so I can be fucking free and get out of this nightmare that has been writing this fucking book series. It's a metaphor, but it's also what the story's about. And I know that's what it's going to take. I know that I'm going to open a fucking door when I finish these fucking books, and I'm going to be like a new goddamn person. I'm going to be, hopefully no one's dead by that point. You know, hopefully it was for naught. That would kind of suck. But I can kind of sense that is what's going on. We're stuck. You know, when I completed book 1 and I sat down, at that time I was like, man, I didn't really feel any accomplishment from it. I talked about it a little bit on here some time ago, but yeah, I just never really didn't feel accomplished. Like, yes, I did it. Because I think in the back of my mind, I knew, like, yeah, well, 1 down and how many more to go? You don't even know. Right now, you just think of the trilogy. But we know the story's bigger than that. It's like, oh, God. And so I think that's why it didn't feel like we're done. Because I know we're not. We just, like, got out of the frying pan. You know what I mean? Now we're going to go into the fire a bit and like, fucking hey, dude. And after that, we got to get off the stove, you know? So I think at the end of the day, the understanding is I am fully enveloped, fully developed, if you want to even say it that way. I'm stuck inside this damn novel. I'm stuck inside the cloud. And I have to figure out how to get out of this son of a bitch. And the only way I can do that is to be by myself, to try to write this and finish it, because I have no other choice. I can't put this down. I can't quit it, because I know if I quit it, I'm running from it. And I need to not run from it. I need to actually fucking get going. You know what I mean? We're definitely going to finish it. It's just gonna take some time. That's all. And then one day, I will be done. And all of this will be behind me. As will this channel. Will disappear. And we'll just be at peace once again. But I think I should get going. I have to figure out what the fuck I'm gonna do next. And how we're gonna handle this next fucking chapter.